Hi, Algebra 2 friends. Today we're going to do a few more problems where we have to solve a rational equation. These problems are going to require some factoring, and after you watch this video, I'd like you to open up the PDF. There's a total of 8 questions. We're going to go through the first 2 examples together. So if you could grab a piece of paper and a pencil, we'll work through 1 and 2 together right now. So pause the video if you need to get something to write on and with, and I'll wait for you. All right, here we go. Here's example number 1. So the problem is over here on the left, and on the right you can see my work. The first thing I did was I noticed that x squared plus x had a common factor of x, so I factored it out. Then think about what would the common denominator be. Common denominator would be x times x plus 1. Multiply both sides of the equation times x plus 1. And then on the left-hand side, we're going to have to distribute that to each rational expression. On the right-hand side, we'll just need to multiply. So at any point, if you need to pause the video and catch up with your writing and my talking, do it. You can watch this video as many times as you want. All right, so I'm going to distribute in x times x plus 1 to the first fraction. So I can just do that mentally. X plus 1's cancel, and all I'm left with is the x. So 1x is what's left over after I distribute and then cancel. In the second fraction, when I distribute in x times x plus 1, all of that stuff cancels. The x cancels and the x plus 1's cancel. So I'm just left with a 4. Over here, 1 times x is just x times x plus 1. I can use the distributive property, x squared plus 1x. From here, it's just an equation that I need to solve. Well, it seems kind of quadratic because I have this x squared term. Let's see how everything kind of shakes out. Well, I can cancel out 1x because I have 1x on both sides. So I'll just cancel out the 1x's. That leaves me with 4 equals x squared. Undo the square by square rooting, and then the square root of 4 will be positive and negative 2. So x is equal to plus or minus 2, positive or negative 2. One last thing we need to think about is, are either of these solutions extraneous? If I were to plug in 2 or negative 2, would that create a denominator of 0? Nope, everything's cool. So both of those solutions work. Neither of them is extraneous. All right, so next up is problem number 2. So here's problem number 2 on that PDF worksheet. You're going to complete 3 through 6, or 3 through 8 for me. There's 6 more for you to try. Hopefully these examples will give you enough guidance to at least try something. Here we go with number 2. So the first thing I notice is x squared plus 2x minus 8, a plain old trinomial. What two numbers will multiply to negative 8 but add up to 2? Multiplying to negative 8, adding to 2. How about a positive 4 and a negative 2? All right, then of these 3 terms, the 1 and this x squared fraction and then the negative 1 fraction, what would the common denominator be? Common denominator is going to be x plus 4 times x minus 2, those two quantities. Notice that I even put the x plus 4 in a set of parentheses. Parentheses are free, use lots. All right, so that's going to be my common denominator. Multiply both sides by the common denominator. See how I've written that out. All right, now 1 times this quantity will be, well, wait a minute. Work smarter, not harder, guys. You know that x plus 4 times x minus 2 came from that trinomial. Well, 1 times that trinomial, or that set of binomials, will just be x squared plus 2x minus 8. Your other option would be to FOIL this and then multiply everything by 1, which won't change anything. So if you FOIL it anyway, you get x squared plus 2x minus 8. All right, anyway, over here on the right-hand side, this will be more exciting. So distribute in x plus 4 times x minus 2. Everything cancels out, and I'm just left with x squared. When I distribute it to this next fraction, negative 1 over x plus 4, well, the x plus 4's would cancel, and I'm left with negative 1 times the quantity x minus 2. Underneath here, I've distributed in the negative 1, negative 1x, and then positive 2. All right, from here, it's just an equation to solve. Lucky for us, x squareds cancel. And then I added 1x to both sides. I'm trying to collect the x's on one side and the constants on the other. To do that, I added 8 and I added 8. So when you write it out and you do some canceling, everything kind of just, shakes down here to 3x and then 10. So divide both sides by 3 and voila, there's my final answer. X is equal to 10 over 3. Last step, give it one more thought. If I were to plug in 10 thirds, would that create a 0 in the denominator? No, not here either. So it's all good. Final answer, x equals 10 over 3. That's it. All right, now you finish the rest, 3 through 8. Thanks, guys.